Hello guys, this is Meghna. I'm back with my part 2 on weather, climate and adaptations of animals to climate. Now let's see what is the climate. Climate. The climate of a place can be defined as the prevailing weather conditions of the place for a long period of time. For example, 25 years. This means that the climate is like, as I told, that weather is the day-to-day condition. It always changes. But this climate is not like that. It is the prevailing weather conditions. Means like the weather keeps on changing. Like this meteorologists take the average of these all, and what is most common in this, they make that as the climate of that place. For example, let's take example of Rajasthan. Rajasthan, more rains do not occur. It is so hot and dry. No much water is available. So we can, it sometimes comes. Rainfall happens, but not common. So mostly what is the weather of there? It is hot and dry. So we can consider that the climate of Rajasthan is hot and dry. Like this climate is the weather conditions of a long period of time, for example 25 years to 30 years. In this all, the average or maximum is taken, and that is said to be our climate mostly does not change. Like now the climate of Rajasthan we saw. Now what is the climate of Kerala? Now if you see the climate of Kerala, it is near to the coast. A lot of rains occur and it is humid, so we can say that the weather, what we say, why it is humid? Humidity. Now first let's see what is humidity. Humidity means like a lot of moist is there. A lot of moist present in air. That is known as humidity. A lot, because of that sea coast, Kerala is having a lot of, it's so humid. So the weather conditions of, or the climate of Kerala will be hu hot and humid, or hot and wet. Mostly you can say it hot and humid. Now, what is this? This is our Earth. Why is it in this colors? This just to represent. Now these are like, the green is one zone. Like this, green is a zone, and this um, brown or orangish brown is like another zone. These blue small things, the poles are known as the another zone, which are like, now we are gonna learn in deep about this. Earth is divided into different zones based on their climatic condition. See, these are the different zones, and based on the climatic condition. Here the climate is different, here the climate is different, and in these poles near zones, the climate is different. Now first learn about the frigid zones. Now poles. These are the poles, right? Now near the poles you are having Arctic Circle and Antarctic Circle. See, Arctic Circle and Antarctic Circle. So these both are known as frigid zone because their temperature is same. Now frigid zone. Frigid zone is an area between the North Pole, or the Antarctic and the South Pole. Arctic of the North Pole and Antarctic of the South Pole. The climate is categorized by a long season uh, of like severe winter, and even summer season is cold. Over here it's because the sun is over. Now let me take, over here you have the sun. The sun rays first fall directly on the equator, the middle of the earth. The most sunlight does not come over here, so these two regions are too cold, and that's why the weather over here is so cold, and precipitation is very low. Mostly rains do not occur so much. Mostly they do not occur. The climate animals found in these regions are penguins, seals, and walrus, polar bears, foxes, and wolves, etc. Now, to live in those harsh conditions, these animals take are like, they are different and they're adapted. Like this, we are gonna learn in the next part, adaptation. which is the third part of this chapter. Adaptations of animals to climate. Now, temperate zones. Now, these green color zones are your temperate zones. Temperate zones. They lie between the Tropic of Cancer and the Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere. Here you are having Tropic of Cancer, and over here Arctic Circle. In this middle you are having, like, here you are having temperate zone, and or between the Tropic of Capricorn and the Antarctic Circle in this southern hemisphere. Over in the middle of this Tropic of Cancer and Antarctic Circle, here temperate zone. In these regions are not too extreme, not burning or not freezing cold. Temperate means moderate. Over here the temperatures are moderate. Like now we are in temperate zones. The temperature is not too cold. India is temperate. It's not too cold or it's not too hot. It's medium. And rainfall also is not too high or too low. It's good and proper. Now tropics. The tropics are the regions of the earth that lie roughly in the middle of the globe. Now this they are to the both sides of the equator, so you can imagine it will be so hot because sun rays fall directly on the equator and they are near to the equator. The tropics, between the altitude lines of the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. See, this is the Tropic of Capricorn, and this is Tropic of Cancer. They lie here, and in middle you have the equator. These all lines, equator, Tropic of Cancer, these all are imaginary lines. Yeah. The tropical climate is humid and wet. You are having over here, it's good. The temperature is, rain occurs, everything occurs, and it's humid also. Like most water vapor is present in the atmosphere. That's why it's known as humid. And also it is a bit hot in summers. In the next module, we are gonna see video. We are gonna learn the different, like not different, the like diff. How can I say this right? Now India is not this all these zones are all of the world. Now we are gonna see of India, like few zones. India is divided into few zones with the help of its climate. That we are gonna see, and at last we are gonna learn the adaptations of animals to the climate. Thank you. See you in the next video.